Hello everyone and welcome back to my Let's Play Pesterquest. Last time we hung out with Roxy, who is very, very, very lonely. And today, we have what I think is our final character, unless there's a surprise character. There might be. But today we're going to hang out with Mr. Dirk Strider. Oh boy. Just go ahead now. You've come a long way. You've made a lot of friends and managed to keep them all. You're helping them grow, and you're growing alongside them while also entrenching yourself in some ridiculous nonsense along the way. Living, laughing, loving, shitting, and farting. Okay. As is right and in balance. You think so, anyway. You're still on the lookout for any specific bits of meaning to help nail down your sense of purpose as it careens every which way according to the whims of friendship and fancy. There's a natural flow to all this. Trolls in sets of 12, give or take since some come in pairs, as you think back to your first round of friends. Kids in sets of 4. You've had time to realize more about the Earths you've been hopping between. A kid on one is an adult on the other. It's been weirdly relieving seeing multiple versions of your friends. Not that you seem to be bound by any of the same rules that they are. It's just that, as someone whose self has been scattered to the winds of time, regathered thanks to Aradia, and is still not fully stable, it's kind of nice to see that it's not just you out there trying different shit out self-wise. When you think about the last friend left visit in this set, you can't help but feel a bit guilty. With everything Jake told you about him, and from what you know of Dave's bro, you're not exactly meeting him with a clean slate. Yeah. You haven't let anyone else's complicated personality traits hold you back from finding a way to befriend them, though, and you're not about to start now. You'll find a way to make it work. Honestly, I'm not too sure about that. Dirk is kind of a, special case ever since the epilogues, so I don't know where we're going to go with this. God, isn't it fun having such a complicated, nuanced tangle of interpersonal relationships within your friend group? Isn't it such a delightful challenge? Anyway, the point is it's time to go meet Dirk. So you go. You don't know much about where he lives except that's in the future, like Roxy minus chess guys. You zap on over what should almost definitely be the perfect distance from his door. We're going to fall right to the ocean. There's a moment where you're weightless, suspended in midair like the cartoon coyote man whose name you cannot remember because— Wile E. Coyote friend. Please, watch more cartoons. Whose name you cannot remember because suddenly you are plummeting downward and that takes all your attention. From what you can see in flashes as you spin head over heels, the thing you are rapidly approaching is the ocean. Oh hey, he's got like a little scuba set down here. That's kinda cool, I guess. Before you achieve game fucking over before you even begin, you stall yourself with a zap in and out of reality, appearing just a few inches above the water. You land with a delicate splash. Now that the imminent threat of death is past, you look up. Metal rises up from the water in a towering scaffold. Dirk must live in the building up there. God damn it. You haul yourself up onto the janky platform at the corner of the scaffolding, a few above-water rungs upward, and get your shit together. It's not much to look at. You probably wouldn't even be able to spot it from a distance, but it'll do. In a minute, you can pop back up to the top floor, but you should wring yourself out first. There's a chair, which is weird. You sit in it. That was a slick fucking trick. Not the stealing my seat bit, though I do respect your presumptuous ass placement choices, too. I mean the entrance. Nice save. You whirl around, but there's no one there. Aside from the endless ocean, the only shit inside is this stuff on the platform. Oh, is that, is this actually Dirk or is this autoresponder? I don't know. Which, now that you're considering it, kind of reminds you of one of those outdoor man caves you sometimes see at rich people's houses. The kind where you don't know enough about electricity to get why rain doesn't just fuck the whole thing up. Except instead of like a grill and a TV and ashtray with an old cigar in it, it's a few screens, a keyboard, a turntable, and speaker, a couple of hoverboard-looking things, and some complicated aquatic equipment. Why'd I say that weird? Sorry. Both situations contain a mini-fridge. I mean, why wouldn't they have a mini-fridge? Dirk? You say his name and hope he shows up. After Roxy, you really thought you weren't going to be bamboozled by another fake-out meeting, but who the fuck knows, maybe this guy's a ghost. No, that's stupid. The one and only. Where is he? There's no need to get freaked out about it. I'm just talking through the speakers. Or more accurately, I'm just sending data through the text-to-speech converter, which is playing through the speakers. This isn't a function I've ever had occasion to dust off, so this is genuinely thrilling. Thank you for trying and failing so miserably to break and enter in pursuit of friendship, or whatever you were doing. Oh, you know, you do your best. Is there a place you'd want to, meet maybe? So y'all could talk in meet space? That's not exactly my forte. Let's just keep chatting like this for a bit, bro to bro. You can use the computer if the power of my voice is getting to be too much for you. It almost is for me, if I'm being honest here. From above, there's a metallic whirring sound. Now this is autoresponder, right? Ah shit, Daddy's home. You look up and Dirk is— Oh, we were talking autoresponder the whole time, right? You look up and Dirk is rappelling down the scaffolding at an alarming speed. Oh hey! You have no right to look so cool. That's not even fair. The jig is up, so we might as well wrap this shit up. Dirk swings in, landing with both feet on the platform. He straightens and stares at you, chin up. While you think he's staring at you, he's wearing shades, which you expected. It's been real, and don't worry, I won't be far. I never am. Neither Dirk's hands nor his mouth are moving, but his voice is still playing over the speakers. Your smile is nervous and probably too full of teeth. What's going on? So, you're the friendable alien I've heard about. I thought for a minute you already ate it, but I see you Peter Pan that shit. I'm not unimpressed. He says this the regular way with his mouth. It should put you at ease, but does not. Does he not remember talking about that already? You tell him it's nice to talk face to face since you thought he didn't want to a minute ago when you first met. Oh, that wasn't me. Oh, you thought... Lol, wait, what? It wasn't? No, you just met a divergently evolved copy of my 13-year-old brain. The use of the speaker system is new, but it makes sense he'd up his game for interfering with relationships I'm busy forging in 3D. I guess I should go ahead and be proud of him for it. Well, damn, okay, you guess you have no reason to believe that's not possible since... Wait, did he say relationships he's busy forging? Isn't that your whole thing? I was under the impression that you were here to befriend me. My friends haven't exactly kept quiet about you. I just figured you were saving the best for last. Oh, no, that's right. That is your thing. You just thought he might be more of a challenge. Wait, are you friendship negging him right now? Is that what's happening? How did it come to this? Well, hold on. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay, that's kind of a cute face. I see the resemblance between him and Dave with that expression. Okay, then never mind. You guess it's working. Might as well roll with it. Don't half-ass this one just because I know the gig. I still expect you to friend with the shit out of me. Blitz the fuck out of my friendship chakra until I see the universe's heart through its asshole and what have you. Buddy, you've been around the friendship block a time or two. He has no reason to worry. You have full confidence in your ability to show him the friendship time of his life. Oh, I'm ready. I have a list of my deepest secrets ready to unload on you right here, right now, if you think you can take it. He sure is talking a big game of preparedness, but you're not sure how true it all is. Every line of muscle in his body is held in excruciating placidity. You've never seen a jaw so purposefully unclenched. It's almost like he's begging you to call him out on it. You do not call him on it. You're not sure how I'd get the idea that you could half-ass this, of all things. You'll just prove it to him with your deeds. It seems like that might be his love language. With that in mind, you hold your fist out for him to bump. Ah, yes, DAPS, the universal signal of brohood, sacrosanct across all space-time. You'd be honored to give him his first. The corner of his mouth twitches. Not quite a smile. I'd say it's a smile. What kind of monster would I have to be to refuse you? Okay, that's cute. You do the thing. If he is having a moment about having touched another person for the first time, he isn't showing it. Which is fine. Each at their own pace, right? So now that we've got that handled, what's next on the agenda? Do we leap straight into the heartfelt Q&A, or are we doing an activity first? Man, what should you do next? You're not used to your friends giving you the third degree about your process, so you're a little out of step. You can't tell if he's genuinely curious or if he knows he's unbalancing you. Either way, it's intense. You look around for inspiration. Grilling? Nah, you're not a couple of dads. Oh, the high-tech scuba gear could be cool. The tingle of choice pricks at your neck. I'm not sure you have the musculature to hold that up, no offense. I didn't have your literal stick figure proportions in mind when I designed it, and it's built more for looks than weight efficiency, so I don't think you'd last long in it. You're not missing much, though. It's not particularly thrilling down there anyway. Oh, good point. You can totally see yourself sinking like a stone, flailing your arms in a vain attempt at trying to look cool while swimming, clawing at the metal clasps to free yourself. Zapping out as a last resort, but misjudging distance due to the distracting water in your mouth, it all going black as you wonder why you didn't learn better when you hung out with the fairy. What? Damn, that was a pretty detailed thought trail. Weird. That totally happened in another timeline, didn't it? Anyway, you could just hang out at his place instead? The classic option. That works for me. You hold out your hand to zap him alongside you, but he doesn't take it. I'll meet you there. His inflection tilts up at the end, a sound shaped like half a question he wants you to construe the meaning of yourself. What's the alternative? You piggyback ride as he climbs all the way up? He shrugs. Yes, if you're up for it. I typically rocket board up, but a grueling climb is as good a way as any to kill a morning, so either way. You consider your options. As much as you want to see if he actually has it in him to beast you up the entire tower, rocket boarding sounds, infinitely more fun. You tell him as much. Hop on then. Of course we get a cool shot of a rocket board Dirk. He kicks it into place and fires it up, offering you his hand. You don't have anything to lose but another life, so you take it. Steadily, but fast enough so you have to cling to his shirt for safety, you fly upward. He circles the tower a few times, in no hurry to make it to the top. That, or he's showing off? He's probably showing off. You don't think that's it, but you're still working it out. The confidence in the way his body moves now, the subtle shifts and weight to steer the machine, it all feels genuine. Like this is a much more comfortable thing for him than the conversation was. The wind whips your face. There is sea in every direction. You land on top of the tower and he waits for you to hop down before doing the same, then kickflips the rocket board into quiescence. Here we are, home sweet home. I hope you're prepared for just how homey this shit is, too. I've had nothing but time to flex my massive decor muscles. Very orange. I like your sword. Also, you have a very cool chair. You follow him inside into his room like you have with everyone else. It's full of his shit like everyone else. Can we get rid of Cal, though? Cal makes me uncomfortable. Unlike everyone else, he leans against his workbench, calm and collected, and clearly with every fiber of his being waiting for your judgment. You wonder if it's weird how you can tell that about him, since it does seem like he's putting a lot of effort into the facade. You aren't sure if he's unpracticed at having an audience, or if you're just extra good at reading people by now. Maybe it's the shades they're messing with you? They're nothing new after Dave, but with Dirk it's almost like he'd be less penetrable without them. You try and focus on the decor, as he clearly wants you to. What have we got going on? Oh, okay, there are themes of puppets, horses, robots, and musical equipment. It's got that post-ironic whimsy of Dave's style, which you figure makes sense considering this universe's Dave had a hand in stalking it, but with a dash of Equise's unabashed taste. That's a bit of a surprise, but sure. Martha Stewart would fall to her knees, weeping at her defeat, you tell him. Utterly destroyed by the feng shui and my cinder block placement. She'd retire on the spot, you say. The more you play off his jokes, the more he seems to loosen up for real, so you continue. Much better than a scuba diving trip already. What's down there, anyway? The ruins of 21st century civilization, mostly. Oh, shit, yeah. Boring as hell. He pauses and tilts his head, considering. I wouldn't call them boring, necessarily. It's more that I find it cosmically frustrating to swim in literally any radial line and finding nothing but the wasted leftovers of a dead city. Aside from being dependent on as a source of food, the ocean mostly functions for me as a suffocating and inescapable natural barrier between me and the rest of human history. It's a constant lapping reminder of my situation, so I'm not often hyped to pile the decibars on. Not sure how well my deep personal beef with the imagery of the sea will land for you, but there it is. I think it might not be so offensive to me were the metaphor less blatant. It's embarrassing. Anyway, there's the first of my layers off. Feels fresh. Let's keep going. What else have you got? It's a little unsettling how direct he's being about the friendship building process, but it's not like you haven't been categorically pushy to achieve that title with literally everyone you have memory of having met, so fair game. You're sure you can come up with some things you've been curious about if he's ready to dive into the deep end, and if he'll forgive the continued aquatic figurative language. The love quadrangle, the questionable settings on the robotic gift choice for his would-be paramour. The differences of opinion on playing the game. He seems to be enjoying the theatricality of the friendship metagaming dance you're doing, so you amp it up for him. You clasp your hands behind your back and pace his room as you monologue, pausing for effect when the impulse strikes you. As you talk, you consider which would be the right issue to end on, to really zing him into opening up. Maybe his feelings about his universe's Dave, or just for fun, maybe where the horse stick comes from. Depending on which you choose, you could end up... Loath as I am to interrupt this Ace Attorney monologue, I wouldn't touch that. Yay, Ace Attorney reference, I love Ace Attorney. Oh, why is there flashes of Cal? You look down at where you are about to dramatically place your hand, and there's a goddamn sword there, haphazardly stored in the hands of some fucking dead-eyed puppet. Again, your brain careens down a fleeting pathway. Accidental pressure, a clean slice, blood, a lot of it, and... Leave the katanas for the big boys. Although if you won't touch a weapon, holy shit do I have an idea. Okay. He scoots by you and reaches into the corner of the room. Oh no. Coming up, holding a really shitty blue sword. It even made his hand pixelated, that's amazing. Sword is a loose term though, and honestly holding is too. An object so shitty you can barely focus on is sort of clipping through his hands. He holds it out to you as best as he can. In the name of succulent convergence of science and horseshit, I need to see what happens when you touch this thing. You reach out and take it from his hands. It steadies under your grasp. Dirk hops up on his workbench to sit and observe, and you slice it through the air a time or two. Oh my god. That's amazing. So is that face. Dirk, yes. Absolutely goddamn incredible. Something about your narrative liminality and the rudimentary form must allow you to actually wield this piece of shit artifact I inherited from my bro. The implications of this are likely jack-fucking-nothing, but still easily the best thing I've ever seen. He's leaning forward, laughing, dimples carved into his freckled cheeks. Oh, they do have freckles! Confirmed! There's a small twist in your heart about it, and you can't place why. You're really just able to hold that fucking thing. He clears his throat and settles down, adjusting his glasses. Thanks for that. Anyway, where were we? Oh, right, you were attempting to locate my weak points. Did you want to keep adding to the list, or zero in on one option? So far, the short answers are 1. At Cortev, teens with not a lot of choices, what do you expect? 2. Call up my autoresponder if you want us to hash that one out. 3. It's all under control. You guess it all boils down to the same general topic, really. His friends. That's where this whole thing always ends up, anyway, right? Especially since you're on his pathway to being able to hang out with them now. Dirk just shrugs. Huh. You'd have thought he'd have a stronger opinion about that one. Doesn't he want to hang out with his friends? Doesn't he want to finally meet Jake? He wrinkles his... that's a little awkward, isn't it? He wrinkles his face like you've shoved a lemon in his mouth. Come on, dude. You can't just spear me away to the person I want to see most right off the bat. At least make me try and earn it first. He shifts his weight. The light from the window bounced off the choppy mirror of the ocean is bright against his back. Does he have to earn it? You mean, doesn't he think it's been hard enough already? His laugh this time is hollow. Is there a cap on that? You're not sure, but your whole existence is a series of cheat codes, so what else does he expect from you? You whip the sword around a few times to prove your point, but it kinda makes you dizzy to watch, so you put it back in the corner. And anyway, you know he'll cave at some point. How else is he gonna get to see them now that the game is off? He shrugs again. What? What? He does know they're not playing anymore, right? Like, they're even talking about a whole larger operation to shut the whole thing down for everyone on the planet? I know they think that's what's happening, but I'm not worried about it. They'll all play when the time comes. How in the world does he know that? Last you checked with any of them, they had all moved on. I haven't gotten around to convincing them yet. But I will. It's clear that you've spent a lot of time with them, but they're my friends too. I think I know what they'll do. His dismissiveness is raising your hard-to-raise hackles. That's not really the point, though, you say. Won't trying to get them back on board just amp up the conflict in his friend group? And more importantly, why bother trying to make that choice for them? He doesn't even need the game anymore. You can just take him to see them. He can skip the machinations and just, like, hang out with his friends without having to prove anything to anyone. It's easy. The slight tightening of his eyebrows is the only thing that shows his frustration. The rest of him is still. The vowels in his drawl are slick and sharp. Black ice on a curved country road. It's not that simple. Was that confirmation that Dirk has a southern accent? And by extension, probably Dave, too? Like, I know they live in Texas, but... I don't think I can do a Texan accent. I'm not going to try. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. It's not that simple. Do you think I don't want to see him? Do you think I'd tear off a single page of my sweet Brunhild Jeff quota day calendar without thinking about that? There are a lot of cards and a lot of hands here, which I'm not sure you're truly appreciating the importance of. I can't just fold mine and hope your shit works out instead. Things are in motion. Things have been in motion since before I was born. You can't just stop them without massive fallout. Yeah, you're not saying you know all the answers, just that you know some of them. And you feel like he could trust you a little bit. He looks at you like you've slapped him. Trust you? Well, yeah. A weak puff of air leaves his mouth as he shakes his head. His entire morning has been exercise in trust. Has it? Dirk is still for a minute. He's probably still staring at you behind those shades. When he speaks again, his voice is steady, but the room is heavy with every ounce of tension he's suppressing. Okay, let's sketch this out. What are the parameters of vulnerability that would count if the ones I'm extending don't? You were just freewheeling there, but you guess you gotta come up with something concrete for him. Okay, how's this? He does all this dangerous scuba diving and sword fighting and rocket boarding shit that could go sideways at any moment, but he wouldn't even let you zap him. There's an example. Okay, yes, that's true. I want to be the only one in charge of endangering my own life. You got me. But trust isn't only meaningful if it's given completely or in terms of physical safety. I've been preparing myself for this, for you, ever since I heard you were making the rounds. I was ready to... He trails off, shaking his head. His wordlessness seems to frustrate him more than anything you've said. He seems really unpracticed at getting riled up, and you wonder how often someone pushes his buttons like this. You're not really sure how the two of you got to this point. Argumentative isn't your main mode either, and you can tell you've pushed too far. Never mind. Here. He hops off the workbench, rolls his shoulders, and grabs your hand. Do it. You don't ask where. You pick somewhere close by, but scary enough for his thrill-seeker ass to feel like it was worth the effort. The air up at the top of the tower on Dirk's roof is calmer than you thought it would be. He drops your hand and steps back, leaning against the landing. Crushed it. See, sometimes trying new shit and trusting people with your well-being can be fine. Sometimes all you need is a friend to prove to you that they have your back. Dirk scrunches his face up like you're embarrassing him. You mean, empirically speaking, it seems like what just happened is solid proof that... Okay, yeah, I get it, thanks. He's smiling, so you don't push into that thank you. But you do wonder after a minute of looking out over the ocean with him if it's time to scoot things along. You aren't in a hurry, really. But you were getting somewhere before, even if it was a little uncomfortable. He's trying. Maybe harder than anyone's actively tried to befriend you yet. The fact that you think that is still sort of funny to you, but maybe Dirk isn't this transparent to everyone? Maybe it's just you and your non-stop thirst to know people. How much does this boy want to be known? You remember your earlier skepticism about him and laugh to yourself. You haven't had to make your... Have we made any choices yet, by the way? I don't think we have. You haven't had to make yourself try to like him at all, you just do. Weird uptight shirt and everything. There's a lot of dirt going on in there, but you're ready to try and understand him more. It's what you do. So you press on. Oh, there we go. I don't think we're gonna be able to convince him, so let's talk about something else. I was trying to click that a few times and it wasn't working, so, hello, ultimate self, Dirk, I guess? Holy shit, this is excruciating. I keep thinking if I ignore this bullshit, it'll sort itself out, but Christ. I don't need to see this. No one needs to see this. What the fuck? Huh? Wait, can he not hear? You stopped the choice train once before yourself, but you've never been interrupted by someone else. I thought we were having a chill bro moment until just now. I have no clue what you're talking about. I can't believe I was ever this pathetic. Dirk, you had all day every day to do nothing but get swollen both body and mind, and this is how you spent your time, looking wistfully out at the sky. No wonder you're out here falling for this friendship's weak shit overtures. Oh my god, what? Once again, you find yourself looking around for a Dirk who is nowhere to be found. Regular Dirk, who you are finally getting somewhere with, is looking at you like you've lost your last marble. Dirk really doesn't hear that? It sounds like him, just like older and meaner. No, dude, are you okay? Fine, if your meager little brain needs me to assume corporeal form in order to process this, I'll do it. Hi. Hi. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Feast your eyes. Holy shit. Holy shit. Sup, Dirk. I'll get to you in a minute. I have to deal with this little meddler first. His outfit, I just can't take it seriously. The anime is too much. He turns to you and you step back reflexively. Your eyes flick to your Dirk, who is staring mouth slack at his older self. I've let you piss around for far too long. To be fair to myself, which is important, I've had a lot on my plate. Creating a whole species from scratch isn't child's play. Okay, so we're officially in Homestuck 2 territory now, right? Yeah. Because that's what he was doing with, Robo-Rose, I think? Yeah. So I let this go on, figuring you'd fuck up and die for real. But you keep coming back and it's getting out of hand. So the plan is this. Let my man Dirk do his thing. You fuck off and let people live their arcs. I clean up your mess and then get back to being God while this timeline continues on as it's supposed to. Are we good? Jesus. Alternate timelines and multiple selves aren't anything particularly new to you, you think? But you still don't know what's got so far up his ass here. No, we're not good? You're in the middle of something. A sacred right of friendship to be fucked up by no one but yourself. You don't know what kind of stuff the future holds, but that isn't your purview. This is, and he's the one interrupting that. Oh my god, I can't work like this. You have to understand the scale we're working with. He flicks you upside the temple, and you feel instantly like your brain got strapped to the nose of a rocket ship on liftoff. MSPA Reader, remember. Alright then. You see a young man standing in his bedroom. Wait, you know him. Your eyes roll back in your head, and you feel the story rush into you, panel by panel, page by page. Some of it you remember from when you were trapped in Doc Scratch's apartment, other stuff is newer. Raw and sweet and sickening. Yep, there's the epilogues in there. Honks and caws and glubs and bluzz throw off together in a synaptical transmutation of unholy cultural zeitgeist that float jolts at you like light, blasting down your cerebral cortex and out through your clenched teeth. When it's done, you collapse to the floor. Oh fuck. You remember it. You remember Homestuck. It's also fresh too. So many of your friends dead. Some of them more than once. Shit. Shit, shit, shit. Dirk. You open your eyes and Dirk is standing over you, his hand on your shoulder. Oh, good, you're alive. You're starting to freak me out. Almost as much as Shred and Deranged Me over there is freaking me out, but let's just take this all one step at a time. Anyway, now that they grew up, what just happened? Future me was being a real cryptic dick while you were there conked out. Patience is a virtue, Dirk. I just had to get our time-traveling buddy informed first so they can make the right call. Shit. Okay. You don't even know where to begin. You look at Dirk's face, not even trying to hide his concern for you, and holy shit, you care about him. Yeah, can we get back to X6, Dirk? I don't like, Epilogue Dirk. He has issues that he needs to work out. You cared about him before you knew every tiny fucked up detail about his life, and now with a reminder of where his story leads, leaning smugly against the railing, you find you still do. He's intense and pushy, profoundly complicated, and right now he's helping you back to your feet, his hands steady and firm on your back as you find your balance. You look back and forth between the two of them, trying to organize your thoughts as Dirk waits for you to respond. This isn't as simple as an evil Dirk and a good one. If you've learned anything from your travels, it's that everyone has the capacity for hurt inside them, and everyone has the capacity for love. It's just a matter of proportion, of choice, of circumstance, of time. And, if you're being fair, of interpretation, too. Part of you wants to grab Dirk and run, to save him from this trajectory he's on. But then, if you claim that level of control, are you really any better than Ultimate Dirk is himself? Who the fuck are you to make these choices for other people? What gives you the right to wrench canon from the people it belongs to, the people it's about? Why does it always come back to you making a fucking choice? Go ahead and answer him. I'll correct you if you get anything wrong, don't worry. Oh, you bet he fucking will, you say. No doubts there. You pause your internal debate, take a deep breath, and explain things to your friend. This is the Mega Dirk. The combo of all splinters of Dirk, fermenting in his flesh container and not holding on to his shit nearly as well as he likes to pretend. Ultimate Dirk tisks. You wish. You ignore him and continue explaining. Ultimate Dirk has done a lot of heinous shit to people he used to care about, to the people Dirk cares about. And he just brain-blasted you with memories you used to have of, among other things, everything that will ever happen to Dirk and to his friends in the future. All in order to convince you to keep everything on that path. He wants the same thing Dirk just finished arguing with you about wanting. A future where they play the game. Dirk is still staring at Ultimate Dirk. Shit. You keep going, telling him you know it might be far-fetched from his vantage point, but this is a path he goes down. Dirk finally speaks. No, I can see it. I mean, if anyone was going to pull an I'm you but stronger, it would be all of me combined. Exactly. So now we should all be on the same page vis-a-vis what we need to do. Which starts with this flat fuck going back to wherever they came from and the rest of us going back to our regularly scheduled programming. God, you can't even look at this guy, you think, as you look at him. He's so smug, trapped so far down the path he's planned for himself that he can't even entertain the idea that he could be wrong without it tearing him apart. The more you look at him, the more you can't stand him. Prince of hard-ass bastard destroying everything you worked to make. Fuck. Forget all that stuff you worried about before. How dare you let yourself be convinced he could be right. Your allegiance is not to the story, but to the people within it. Wow, that's surprisingly insightful, that last sentence. Because, I mean, that's kind of how I feel about Homestuck, to be honest. I love the characters. The story can be off at times, but I don't dislike the story. I disagree with it at times, but I accept it. No matter what. Do you have a plan for how to protect your friends without the tenets of canon? No. Do you give a single shitting fuck? Also no. You know he could end you immediately, but you feel freed by the number of times you've died. You do not fear him. He's not your concern. You turn to Dirk. You're sorry, you say, but fuck this guy. Don't listen to him. Everything you just remembered, all the stuff he was using to prove his point, it only makes you even more sure of what you said before. That Dirk can still be happy without all that. He doesn't have to play the game to beat it. Wow, listen to them trying to boss you around like that, Dirk. I'll tell you what you don't do. Don't for a second think I'm too far gone to remember what it's like to be you. Don't pretend you haven't wanted to know what I know. To align every part of yourself until you know it all. Feel it all. Don't be afraid of becoming who you need to become. The ends always justify the means, Dirk. Excuse you, absolutely not. We know this. Fuck that! You're sorry to yell, but you never yell this much, but fuck that! This bitch can't bear the thought of a timeline existing without his influence or even his worldview that everything has to be painful to matter. Things are already painful enough. He doesn't have to work overtime to create more pain just so he can feel like he's in control of how much punishment he gets and how badly he deserves it. Because Dirk doesn't deserve it, you say, and you look at the one you mean it for. He's not looking back at you. He's looking at Ultimate Dirk, and there's something about the soft, fallen arch of his eyebrows that just folds you up and eats you whole. It's longing like you've never seen in your life, deep and consuming with a silver glint of loathing. He's going to drown in it if you don't do something. What could you do, you wonder? You care about him, and he does about you to a degree. You know Dirk now. And you know how he loves. Though it's fierce to a definite fault, he does not do it easily. You're not the one who can get him through this. He doesn't know you long enough, but you can be a bridge. But to whom? Part of you wants to test out a few things, to throw a couple of friends at the wall and see what sticks. That doesn't sit right with you right now, though. It's messy, and you know Dirk would hate having his feelings experimented on like that. Even after all this, you find yourself not wanting to do that to him. Thank fuck for your side ability to anime monologue to yourself in your head without time passing too quickly, because you really need to think this one through. You have to pick one single person to help convince him he doesn't need what Ultimate Dirk is offering. Jake? God no, not right now. He'd be eaten alive by Ultimate Dirk, and you can't do that to him. He's your friend too. Maybe a wild card, someone Dirk doesn't know but could get along with. Equius? He's like Dirk if Dirk liked to get bossed around, so they might get along great, actually. Though you need someone who can tell Dirk what to do in this moment, so then again, maybe not. I don't know, I'm thinking kinda Rose, maybe? You can't hedge your bets and bring everyone, because they'll just overwhelm him, plus there's no budget or time for that. The answer punches you hard in the chest, and you're about to sneak away to find them when Ultimate Dirk speaks up. That was a touching rant you just gave. Very compelling. You know what? Fine. Do what you do best and choose. Steal him away to obscurity or leave him to his destiny. I'm not worried. In fact, as a show of trust to my younger splinter, I'll even fuck off myself until go time. On the 1 in a million chance you do actually get him to go with you, there's no way that's gonna be a good end. We all know he'd regret it. He'll second guess if it was really the right thing to do every day of his life until he realizes what a flaccid excuse he's leading. Until he realizes what a flaccid existence he's leading, but by then it'll be too late. Do your worst. There's a jolt and then he's gone. There's a beat of silence when you try to work out how to act normal now that you know what you know, but thankfully he speaks first. Are all your hangouts this bug fucking wild, or did you really pull out all the stops for me? Well, you're about to pull out another when Ultimate Dirk just blasted off like that. It's not too late though if he'll agree to at least hear you out. Well then, by all means, continue pulling. Let's see where this shit takes us. He'll be right back, you tell him. I'll be right here, just chilling and contemplating existence in my place in it, no worries. Where are we? Seriously, where are we? What is this place? I want to say it looks like Earth-Sea almost. Is that right? The zap this time is even more disorienting than your Sideways Universe zaps. You know why though, since you know everything. You're not sure you're supposed to be here. What is the sentence? You're not sure you're supposed to be here. But Ultimate Dirk already accused you of fucking shit up, so why not fuck shit up a little harder? You want to go pick up this person, and specifically this version of this person. The version you made friends with already isn't ready to meet Dirk yet, probably. But thanks. Oh. Are we getting Epilogue Dave? Because he was kind of like, pardon my TV tropes language, but he was like Dirk's morality pet. So. But thanks to your recent mind freak, you remember that this one, having lost his Dirk, might be a little more interested. Yes! Oh, yes! Oh, this is what I wanted! He's got a little scruff on his chin. That's cute. Whoa, who the fuck are you? Okay, that answers that question. You guess you fucked things up to the point that the candy timeline is not the same as the one you were making friends in before. This is probably the stuff Ultimate Dirk is so bent out of shape about fixing. Well, it is what it is. Okay, this is Candy Dave, okay? I prefer Meat Dave, but Candy Dave is fine too. You didn't have time to come up with your elevator pitch, but you work best to full-powered empathy, 0 to planning, so here you go. Hey, you tell him. Sorry to intrude, but you have a pretty big favor to ask of him. You know he doesn't know you, but you know an alternate version of him that lives outside canon. You met and went to Olive Garden and made friends, and you promise you're legit. Bro, you said Olive Garden, you've got me. That's like a magic word to get me to trust you implicitly. Don't spread that around, though. Also, you look like someone ironed the mayor, so that's like 1,000,000 more points in your favor. Oh, that's beautiful. And I'm doing dick else that's useful all day. Or any day, to be real with you. So what's the favor? Okay, whew, great. The favor is that you need to borrow him for like a quick minute so he can help you have a conversation with your universe's Dirk. At the sound of Dirk's name, he goes still. Yeah. See, Dirk's convinced that he needs to take the advice of another universe's way shittier Dirk and retcon your whole friendship mission so that they can go off and make canon happen, which ends pretty badly for a lot of people, your friends involved. And now that you know that, you really wanted him to just side with you and let everyone chill and hang out and live their lives, and you're not sure of all the details about how that will work yet, but the point is that Dirk... I'm in. Great, sick, yes, okay. You take his hand and off you go. Oh, this is wild. I was not expecting this at all. When you pop back, Dirk is standing how he was when you first met him, casually braced for emotionally fatal impact. There's a moment where Dirk and Dave just stare at each other down, like neither of them are fully ready to register the reality of the other. You really fucking hope this works because it's your Hail Mary. Sup. Holy fuck, man, I didn't think invoking the name of Olive Garden would have this much effect, but here the fuck we are. I mean, sup. Yeah, sup. Oh! Ah! That is adorable. Please, help me. I just want these two to be good brothers to each other. That's really all I want. I want the Strylons to be a nice, happy family. Sorry, I'm getting a little... I'll say I'm getting a little teary-eyed right here. Okay, I'm fine. Dave pulls him into a short back-thumping bro hug, which Dirk weathers like a wet cat, not trusting a towel to dry him off. So. I'm sorry, their voices are going to be very similar. I'll be real with you, we've already had a version of this first meeting combo, and we used like a lightning round conversational mechanism to get shit poppin'. But I get the feeling we don't have time for all that right now, so I'll skip a few steps for you. Our little mutual friend here says you got options. Well, they seem to think I do, but I'm not convinced. Do you have opinions about it? Sure do. I mean, I'd do anything for this little pals just after what they just did for me, but like, what's even the situation? They don't want you to play Suburb or some other you does? There's a little more to it than that, but yes, that's the gist. Gist. I can say that word. I know how to speak. You watch them chat. This is good, you think. Good, but you're not sure it's enough. You think Dirk is your friend now, but the more you think about it, the weirder the word feels in your brain. Friendship means something different to everyone you've met. Safety, fun, a wake-up call, a person to talk to. You hope that, for at least some of them, you've helped them see what is lovable inside themselves. You look at Dirk and wonder if he'll be one of those. He's being so polite to Dave. He must be afraid. Does Dirk even believe others can, of their own volition, love him? You tune back in. Man, if you want to argue about canon, you should ask your bro here to get, like, anybody else to come along. That's just not my forte, but it seems to me that it's not some immutable bastion of narrative sanctity. It's just some shit some assholes said and did, some choices they made. Okay, well, if I don't follow the plan, beat the game, and get to where you are now, how do I know my choices will still matter? IDK, man, you're not my timeline anymore because of a choice you made a while back, so my mileage might vary a bit. Dirk shifts backward. You wish he'd look more surprised about it. Oh. Yeah. I don't want to waste your time or anything. Just getting to talk to you is worth it, so I don't know, do what you gotta do, but like, coming from me, a guy who could have done some stuff differently himself, at least try to trust your friend. I know you don't like believing this stuff, but maybe listen to people who like you for you, cause they mean it. I'm rambling now, so I guess if I had one thing to say to you, it'd just be, it's okay to not have all the answers. Yeah, that's what I'd tell you. Dirk nods. So, I'm processing that. A lot. But I also cannot go any further in this conversation without telling you that our little friend is liminal enough to actually be able to hold the sword. Oh, holy fuck, yo, what? Oh, wow. Dave, huh? Okay, bring fucking guns to a knife fight here. I didn't expect this level of underhanded maneuvering from you, but I'll respect the play. Doesn't matter anyway. I've come back with my own cheat. Ah, you again. I just love this entire screen. I love it so much. Sorry for the delay. I had to deal with some shit on my end. New plan. Forget us all going our separate ways to fix shit. Dirk, you're coming with me. Your friend was right about one thing. Things don't need to go back to the way they were. But not for any lame reason like the power of love. I have plans bigger than that. I promise you this limp-dick excuse for a friend doesn't measure up to all the shit I could show you. Will show you. Sure, it might hurt to leave your friends behind at first, and sure you'll miss out on Jake's carnal charms. The emptiness will fade when you realize the true power we have. Ultimate Dirk extends his hand. His cape billows obnoxiously behind him. Dirk looks at you, then at Dave. Shit, they were almost there. You have no time left to waste. You close your eyes and will the choice to come to you. Stop him. Don't stop him. One of those has to work, right? You don't feel confident. You look at Dirk and it hits you. Ultimate Dirk was maddeningly right. It won't work if there's room for Dirk to regret it. You're not sure either of you would ever be certain it was the right choice unless you let Dirk choose it for himself. No more telling him what to do. No more telling anyone what to do. When you feel the choice pricking at you, you turn it outward. You flip the power- We're giving Dirk the choice! Oh my goodness! You flip the power in your belly inside out and give the weight of it up for a moment to him. You wait to see what Dirk does with the thing warring in him. This is amazing. Is this Unite Synchronization? I love Unite Synchronization. That's one of my favorite songs. Holy crap. You see it manifest in his brain and in yours, and your stomach plunges. It feels rigged from the start. There's no way Dirk will choose you and Dave when he's gone and framed it like that. Yeah, trust yourself and trust them. But the thing is, Dirk has always struggled with himself, so... God damn it, it's too late to change anything yourself. You wait for Dirk to choose. I'm waiting for you to choose, Dirk. Wait, am I Dirk? I don't know. Does it matter what I click? I'm sorry, man. Your heart drops, and then you see who he's looking at. Guess you can call this one the bad end, yeah? Luckily for you, there's almost definitely another of me that can't wait to sail the 7 seas of story with you or some shit. He licks his lips and raises his chin, braced for ultimate Dirk to challenge his call. I assume with your huge fucking brain you can see that happening as we speak, yes? So no need to be a sore loser now. Be good to that me, will you? Treat him right. As right as he wants me to, I promise. Anyway, I did say 1 in a million odds, so statistically you have to wuss out at least once. It's fucking gross to experience. Good thing I'll get totally assimilated to the other versions of this conversation. Now's not really the time to play the actually it's usually just a binary card. Don't want to complicate that particular issue for him, so you let it lie. You step forward, shoulder brushing Dirk's. Don't gloat, it's gosh. Enjoy your moment of irrelevance before this one goes down the drain. Deuces. See you, dude. Yes! Hell yes! You stop your little celebration when you notice that Dirk is a little shaky. Holy shit, what'd I just do? This future you have in the works better be fucking good, my dude. Are you kidding me? They got on lock. Oh, he knows it. You don't tell him you don't know every single detail yet, but you understand yourself now. You'll work it out when you need to. You always do. It's okay, you think, if Dirk is a little afraid. It comes with the territory when you let people in. And he'll have even more practice with that as soon as you can zap up some more company. It won't be smooth sailing, though, you warn him. As long as we move past the sailing metaphor, you can jack that difficulty level up as high as you like. Or are we anti-ocean here? Oh yeah, extremely. Fuck water, am I right? Dirk turns his head slightly, and you know he's looking at you. He smiles, and you know he gets it. It's not about this being the real timeline or the fake one, the hard one or the easy one. It's about it being his, if he wants it. Which, you realize as you watch him turn back to laugh along with Dave, he does. Oh my goodness. Fuck the ocean. That is adorable. Come on, Dirk, damn it! The air between you and the two of them opens up like a wound in the universe, and you feel yourself being pulled towards it. You see him in there too, that fucking bastard. As Ultimate Dirk pulls you through what you can only come to conceptualize as a tear in the narrative, you turn to look at Dirk and Dave. This is sure to lead to some bullshit, and you need to confirm that they're still intact. You aren't sure where you're going next, but you don't want them to worry. As the hole starts to reseal itself with them on the other side, you give them a thumbs up, the universal signal of reassurance that things are okay. You'll be back. Neither of them are strangers to either the intricacies of plot or shenanigans, so they return in unison. You did it. You got him a good end. Dirk Strider's your friend, you think, as you fall through nothingness. Dave can take it from here. Guess that sword isn't just for show. He really knows how to use it. You go flying out of frame, out of this volume, and straight into the epilogue. No, not the epilogue. God, this is impossible. You can't believe you're the main character of such a stupid story. He launches you straight into the post-game. Final chapter. Afterward? Or wait, afterward? Both of them look weird. Oh, we get some actual animation. I just remembered that in the options there's a volume set. In the options there's a volume setting for, voices, so... I don't know if we'll hear anyone talk. I say as I start messing with the volume settings. My bad. Anyway, he launches you into the afterward, which seems to just be that drifting gray place between universes. But this time you aren't standing in the corridor, you're hurtling along it like a protagonist-shaped missile. This is not going to end well. Sorry, T-pose and God person, this really isn't your fault. Actually, that's an A-pose. Yeah, right? That's not a T-pose. Common mistake. Just trying to help. You brace for whatever hellish experience is waiting for you when you hit the event horizon. What? Ah, we're here again. Your whole body aches. Not physically, more thematically. Like you just got bitch slapped straight to the meta-narrative embodied back to the beginning. Oh shit, are you literally at the beginning? Did you forget everything again? Quick, hemospectrum, trolls, incestuous slurry, Becquerel, the fucking madrigogs, truth, relevance, and essentiality. Ugh, you remember. So, here you are again. You guess it makes sense that Doc Scratch was behind it all in the end. Maybe he and Ultimate Dirk have been working together this whole time. Hey, you round shiny son of a bitch, show yourself. You receive no response. The plush green room is still. In the corner, the clock has stopped. Wait, what was that? The sound of a struggle drifts from deeper in the house. Oh, balls. Is Spade Slick here to beat the shit out of Doc Scratch? But you thought that happened at the beginning of the game. Maybe it really happened transported back to the square one. But nothing is on fire. Spade Slick sets the place on fire, right? Shit, why do so many things happen in this goddamn comic? There are just so many details to remember. Ugh, please, you're telling me, friend. You follow the sound of the ruckus, turning a corner down a long, wood-paneled hallway. A door stands open at the end of it, where two people appear to be locked in intense struggle. Who is talking? Hey, listen, we can talk about this. You edge closer down the corridor. The mirrors on the wall watch you like eyes. Clearly, I've made some bad decisions, I'll grant you that. The man currently hanging onto the door jamb for dear life both sounds and looks familiar, but you are actually kind of having a hard time focusing on him. It makes your head swim. It's Hussy. I'm not going to do a Hussy voice, I'm just giving him my normal voice. I've never heard him speak, I don't think, so, yeah. Okay, yes, I agree that I need to take a break, but please don't put me in here with that wolf head. It's off my blood. I don't know if I can hold it off for long. The second figure, a woman maybe, appears unmoved by the man's pleas. You have no idea what's going on here, but one thing you do know is that you can't just allow random broads to throw dudes into rooms against their will. Hey, you shout down the corridor. Both the man and the woman turn and look at you. The combined power of their gaze forces you to your knees. It hits you in the same tender place the Ultimate Dirk strike had, right in the narrative. The woman takes that chance to shove the man into the room and slam the door.
Sorry about that. He won't bother us anymore.
Hello, who are you? You have a voice, though, so I'm not going to have to read your dialogue. Thanks. The sound of her voice vibrates all the way into your skull. It's her. Okay. She's the one who's been doing this to you, who's been stopping you from going back to visit your friends, who's been manipulating you just like Doc Scratch did.
Oh, come on. I'm not that bad. At least I hope I'm not. By the way, unmute me if you haven't bothered to already.
That's cool, I can hear you.
The music in this section rules. Besides, voiceover in RenP is extremely annoying. Did you know you have to save every line as a different .ogg file? I didn't even know what a .ogg file was until our programmer explained it to me. Actually, wow, this is a huge pain in the ass. Let's go back to text only.
But I liked having dialogue. That's better. You're falling to pieces. Every part of your body is literally sliding apart and falling into the others. It's just like being hit by the house juju. Your corporeal form is not meant for this much meta-narrative bullshit, you just aren't made for it. Come on, you're fine. She paps you on the cheek and suddenly it's true. You're fine. She made it so. She must be magic. Not quite. Get up, King. You do, slowly. For some inexplicable reason, you are more scared of her than you've been of Ultimate Dirk. Or of Doc Scratch or anyone else. You have a feeling that she might be the real danger here. Yeah, honestly, I don't know who this is. I'm guessing it's somebody who works on, Pesterquest. Like one of the head writers or something. I haven't really looked looked into the staff yet, so... She laughs. It's not a villainous laugh, but it's not exactly a nice one either. I guess that's fair. I'm definitely not a hero. Or maybe I am a hero, and the dude I just shoved into that cupboard with the wolf head is the real villain. Or it's the other way around and evil has triumphed. You tell her that you don't remember her from the comic you read. Yeah, you wouldn't. Don't worry about it. You can call me the director. And you're right, all of this is my fault. All of this? Yeah, I'm the reason you couldn't reach for your friends, and I'm the reason you got your memories wiped. What? Why? Why would you do that? Because I wanted to try something, and it wouldn't have worked if you hadn't gone in with an open mind. Could you really have made friends with any of these kids if you'd known what they had waiting for them at the end of the line? Your snap response is an overwhelming yes, of course you could. You can make friends with anyone. But you know deep down that isn't true. Could you really have looked John in the eye if you'd seen him get bored by a video game monster and then lose his virginity in the back of his dad's car before literally dying? Could you have talked to Jade like a normal person if you knew she was going to grow up to be a half-dog goddess? Could you have resisted throwing Rose and Kanai together the first chance you got? I mean, they do have a point here. Could you have even handled becoming friends with Equus, Nepeta, or Feferi, knowing what was coming for them? God, could you have stood to be in the same room as Gamzee or Eridan? Right? Making friends with people when we know how their story ends isn't something we're equipped to do. It's like meeting a celebrity, hard to be normal. You tell the director that you don't think any of this is very normal. She laughs. Yeah, you're smart. That's why I like you, MSPA Reader. Who? That's not your name. Your name is... Hey, come on, leave something for the sequel. There's going to be a sequel? Awesome. The truth is, I used you, and I'm sorry for that. But I'm also not sorry. Because these kids were born to suffer. That's what they're for. I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. Destiny wrapped its thick, inky tentacles around them and pulled them into a story without happy endings. But you changed that. You gave them a chance to grow up. Wait, you did that? But you remember the other story, the real story, the one that just ended with everything falling to shit. Are you saying all of that didn't happen? No, it happened. Well, it didn't actually happen because none of this is happening. Creators all the way down and such like. But you made this story, and nobody could take that away from you. Oh my god, shut up. I can't handle this anymore. Oh boy. The director looks for the first time just a little bit worried. She covers it up quickly, however, and regains her placid stance of neutral indifference. You want a real villain? This guy right here. This is so fucking stupid, even for all of you. I'm aware of that. How dare you? You're gonna lecture me on audacity? Come on, man. You're not even real. And yet you keep talking to me. Wow, you feel like you shouldn't be here for this, possibly? You always feel kind of awkward when authority figures fight. I'm not here for her. I'm here for you. We weren't done talking. Then why'd you cut the damn UI in half? I got a little overzealous. It happens. Sorry about that, by the way. You shrug. Whatever, you've had worse. Still, you don't feel very well disposed towards this guy at this point, knowing all the garbage he's done and will probably keep doing. Although you aren't sure if the director's any better. I'm much, much better than him.
See? See what I can do? Can Dirk Strider do this? Can he talk with an actual human voice?
Can he? Get fucked. See? Come on, you're at least a little happy to see me. Stop flexing at me, I have a wife. Oh, cool. For a man so devoted to his swords, don't you think it's going against your character to have such enormous guns? What, these? Oh, they're not mine, just an artifact of the medium. I'd say thanks, but I feel like you all got more out of it than me. Stop flirting with my audience, you anime-ass motherfucker. Hey, you're in charge. I wouldn't look like this if you didn't want me to. I actually let the artists have a lot of creative license. Nice evasion. Shut the fuck up. Okay, this bullshit doesn't matter. What does matter is that you... He directs his anime gaze back to you. This isn't just about Dirk anymore. You're zapping around and ruining everything. I seriously can't even begin to unravel the utter saccharine shit pile you've created. You've absolutely decimated everyone's character arcs and motivation. Seriously, Eridan got a gender arc? Come on, man. There's actually plenty of seeding for that storyline in the comic proper. Eridan's relationship to femininity is really... Do you realize what you've done here? You've completely stolen their destinies from them. You guess you did, but now they've got the chance to be actual teenagers and grow up in a world that isn't trying to murder them constantly. Well, Alternia is still doing that, but at least they won't be in a hostile video game environment. You've ruined them. But they're happy. Happy people don't get stories told about them. Fanfiction begs to differ, friend. That isn't true. That can't be true. You look to the director for help. Surely she knows what to say. After all, this happened on her watch. She isn't looking at you, she's looking at the ground. She knew what she was doing the whole time. She knew how it would have to shake out. When were you planning to tell them? I was getting there. She knows that the prince knows what he's talking about. Nobody has thought more about causation narrative flow than he has. Fuck, you shake your head. For a second there, it felt like things got a little screwy. Hey! Nice T-pose. She claps her hands in Ultimate Dirk's face. Cut that shit out, leave them alone. Then stop wasting my time. She sighs. Fine. She peers to gather herself, folding her hands in front of her like she's about to recite a poem. This has been a really interesting experiment, and I'm glad we got to do it. I've definitely learned a lot. But look, I need you to go back and give that beta to John. Because without that, they never play the game. The story never gets told. You never read the story. You were never here. Wait, isn't this just another timeline? A Doom timeline or whatever the fuck? The director shakes her head. No, it's a retcon. What you'd be doing here would be turning the Alpha timeline into a Doom timeline. And since the story is technically ended and started again and then ended and then started again so many times, switching tracks at this point would corrupt it beyond recognition. You would literally cause a paradox so catastrophic that it would literally tear the multiverse apart. You mean like the scratch? Worse than the scratch. This would be the blackout. Utter ruin. But wait, you already threw the beta in the goddamn sewer. Shouldn't this have already happened? This utter ruin? No, because you still have the power to go back and change it. If you decide not to act, then we would have to worry. You look back and forth between Ultimate Dirk and the director, trying to find a way out, some indication that they're fucking with you. They don't seem to like each other much, but they do appear to be joined in their insistence that this utter ruin bullshit is going to happen unless you betray all of your friends, unravel everything you did here. What was the point of doing any of this if you were always just going to have to lose it all in the end? The director shrugs. What's the point of doing anything? What's the point of living if we know that's going to end in death? Why do we open up a book if we know we'll have to close it? Yeah, that's what you're asking. You don't just want more questions, goddammit. I'm sorry. I don't have any answers for you. Just an option screen. Why would you do this to me? How dare you? Betray your friends. Fine. You know what? Fuck both of you. You'll do it, but also fuck you. That's fair. Thanks for being reasonable. Get out of my video game. I don't think I will. I'm gonna stick around and watch everything you tried to do here get flushed down the toilet of bad spin-offs. Hey, I'm enjoying these spin-offs. Speak for yourself, man. The director takes a step towards him. They aren't fighting exactly, but they're doing something. You have the distinct impression of two people fighting over a pen or elbowing each other out of the way in order to type at a keyboard. You're feeling a little dizzy again. I'm not gonna try different voices for that. Andrew Hussey would never do this to me. The director takes a long, tired breath. Sorry about that. Where were we? You turn away from her. You don't want to talk to her anymore. You just want to get this over with. I get that. I'll let you be alone. I'm sorry, kid. The director fades slowly until it's like she was never there at all. But the horror, the pit of ice has opened up in your belly, that's still there, and it'll never go away. Once you consign all your friends to a hero's journey full of pain and heartache, what will happen to you? Will you just vanish? Will whatever iteration of you that was created for this story just cease to be? When the book is closed, what will you be? Zap. The mailbox is here. It's all full. The little flappy dealie is up and everything. With difficulty, you pull the beta out, scattering the rest of the mail across the yard. Fuck you, bills and coupon books. Get a job. Up at the house, you see a friendly face looking down at you. You take a deep breath. Put the beta back in the box. The streets are empty. Wind skims the voids, keeping neighbors apart as if grazing the hollow of a cut reed or, say, a plundered mailbox. A familiar note is produced. It's the one Desolation plays to keep its instruments in tune. You have a feeling it's going to be a long day. That hurt my soul. Okay. Wait, hold on. Oh, they changed it to the, not music exactly, but this background track. Oh, that honestly makes me really sad. Yep, there's one of the endings right there. I'm not gonna look at it just yet. Okay, we got a couple different choices to make here. Throw the bait in the sewer again. Ah, it closed my game! Oh no, you're getting to see my fanfiction I'm looking at. No. You're not allowed to look at my fanfiction. It's Avatar fanfiction. Okay, there's a couple other choices around here. Don't. Ah, it closed again. How dare you? I guess we'll have Dirk trust himself. Dirk turns to you, apology already on his face. No, 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 no. You can tell where this is going and you hate it. So, it's not you, it's me. Is levity helpful? Probably not, but I'm doing my best. It's not that this hasn't been a good time. I didn't expect to achieve this level of metatextual mind freak during our hangout, but I've really enjoyed it. This is a day I would not have thought was possible. He stops to hold his fist out to Dave, who after a pause bumps it with his own. He must know too. He turns away. Aw, we made Dave sad. Everything Dirk is saying feels forced to you, like he's trying to convince himself as much as he is you. Still, you know you've lost. And I have you to thank for it. I'd go so far as to consider you my friend, even. And if you frame your relative success or failure on having formed a friendship, you can call this a good end. But... He trails off, turning to walk toward Ultimate Dirk. As much fun as this was, this is me we're talking about here. There's no contest. I have to know. It was always gonna be you and me, Dirk. The two of them stand side by side, twin smirks on their faces. Dirk's is almost believable. Goodbye. Oh, that's really sad. You curl up into yourself a hunched ball in a tall tower on a single apartment in the middle of the ocean, the sea. Your brain disconnects from the sounds of their conversation, of Ultimate Dirk's likely victory monologue, the static of their exit. You cry into your shitty little stick hands because you thought you fucking had this one, and somehow it feels weightier than the loss of just one friend. You feel like something bigger and more beautiful than you thought possible it was at your fingertips, and now it's gone. You come back to reality as the warmth of Dave's hand on your shoulder as he crouches down next to you. His voice is thick with tears you didn't even help him through crying. Hey, bro, I'm sorry. IDK how much longer I can chill here. Like, emotionally. Can you take me home? Aw. Aw. No! Oh, I'm about to cry. Hold on. This entire route is depressing. There's another ending here somewhere. I'm gonna look up what that is. Give me a minute. I'm crying. Okay, I looked up how to get it. I don't know what happens, but I know how to get it. So. We actually click on ourself. Oh, sorry, I meant to mess with my own volume settings, not the overall settings. Okay. Wait, hold the fucking phone. Who is in charge of this story? Not Ultimate Dirk, not that director, and certainly not that guy who got shoved into a room with a wolf head. It's you. It's always been you. Why are you just doing what they told you to do? There has to be a third option. There's always a third option. Oh, the music. When the scratch happened, everything should have been erased. Everything was erased, except it wasn't, because someone intervened. Jade drew all of her friends close to her and kept them safe. She saved them. The first time you tried to bring Jade with you when you teleported, Beck didn't let you. But then later he did. Jade told you that he'd just been acting like a normal dog. Jane told you that Godcat had just been acting like a good little kitty. Almost like their powers were gone. You paced a quick circle. Then you hear Dad's car pulling up from behind you. Zap out of there before you can get caught again. Zap. Oh, there's the red miles, right? You still got the beta clutched in your hand, but you're alone on Dave's roof underneath the blazing Houston sun. Nobody's going to bother you up here. There's something that's teasing just at the edge of your understanding if you could only reach it. You need help. You need someone who knows about weird shit. Like a lock clicking in your brain, you understand what you have to do. Are we gonna talk to Aradia? Zap. Hi! Oh, it's you! How's it going? You look a little tired. You ask Aradia if she's been watching you recently. If she knows what's been going down in your part of the neighborhood. She shakes her head. I lost track of you when you hopped universes. I'm about to try to get myself out of canon for good, and it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass. So I've been trying to conserve my energy. Oh, right. Yeah, you know about that. She raises an eyebrow. Don't worry about that, actually. You know some lore is all. You might have seen what's going to happen to Aradia next. Actually, she doesn't have too much to worry about. She and Solix are fine. Actually, they're probably more fine than almost anyone else. I know, right? Aradia's just living her best life in the epilogues. That's good to know, I guess. So, did you figure out what was going on with your friend situation? Yeah, you tell Aradia what's been going on with your friend situation. Wow. Yeah. And you're going to do it? You're going to erase this timeline? Because if you are, then no offense, I might head out of canon a little early. That's just the thing. You think you might have a plan? Oh? You tell her the plan. Does she think it'll work? A slow, brilliant smile paints the sunrise across her face. I have no idea, but I'd love to watch. Zap. Oh, green sun. Hello. The green sun. Oh, hold up. The green sun spreads out below you like a giant radioactive gumball that absolutely wants to tear you into a million greasy pieces. You can feel it tugging at all your organs, twisting up all the words inside of you, making a mess of the themes, dragging motifs screaming to the surface. This is the single largest source of raw narrative mess in the multiverse, and it should be killing you. Do you actually need me for anything? You sort of just want her to vibe with you here in case you die. You don't want to die alone. That's fair. Hey, if you die, I'll pick up your bones for you. Thanks, Aradia. She smiles. See you on the other side, you say. You're not sure who you're talking to. You're guessing this is going to be pretty bad. Zap. We're in the green sun now. Okay. And we're not dead yet? It's not bad. It's not pain exactly, because when you are inside the green sun, you don't think you have nerve endings anymore. You're just a consciousness floating in the miasma of causation. You aren't sure how this is supposed to work. Should you maybe start thinking about your friends like you're in the animes, drawing strength from the powers of your social links? You think about John and Rose and your good friend Dave. Fuck, ouch, thinking too much hurts. You aren't going to be able to count on anime cliches for this one, you guess. So you don't think about your friends. For once you think about yourself. The impossibility that is you, protagonist, reader, carrier of the story. Maybe not every story, but this one. You've been erased so many times. You look across the rise and fall of this story and see just how many mistakes you've made, all the times you've broken your friends' trust or betrayed them, or hell, even killed them. You reach across to all those yous, your what-ifs, your do-overs. You let the blazing energy overtake you. You open yourself up, and everything goes green. And you better be on your best behavior, Orphaner. If this partnership is gonna work out, forget this guy, Vriska. We can do this ourselves. Could you at least give a guy a chance to respond to a couple of... What's that? Pounce! Come here, kitty kitty! I'm home! Nepeta, this cave is far too small for someone with a height as strong as mine. Pounce? Equius? What's that? Anyway, that's why I don't eat corn dogs anymore. Dave, what are you talking about? What the fuck? Is this a normal future thing? Earthquakes and shit? I guess that's normal whenever thing, but we don't get many of them in Houston. I don't think that's an earthquake. Autoresponder? No seismic activity detected in the area. So you're telling me I wrote this? In another history? Yes, as far as I'm aware. Incredible. It's very boring. I think it's brilliant. I mean... The green sun pulses around your slowly collapsing being as you feel it subsume you. You feel yourself unspooling, swallowed in light. You think of how you came to be here when you are right now and the choices you made along that path. What are the odds that the you that prevailed is this one? It's probably something that could be mathed out, but you're too busy eating the fucking sun with your whole body to figure it out. Instead, you sink into the feeling of connections that hold you together. The bonds you created are threaded through your arms and your belly and your heart. Your body is nothing, consumed by flame, and yet, you feel yourself start to become... Zap. The mail goes in the box. Okay, get ready. This is the best part of the movie. All the classic memes come from this part. John, every part of this movie is hot trash. Oh, it's not that bad. I want to see the guy put the bunny back in the box. This movie is so bad that the drones are approaching your neighborhood. It's too late for the human race. Darkness sees at the timeline. In the distance, you hear what might be cracks, splinters through space-time. Reality is compressing and falling apart around you in a cacophony of breaking glass. All of your friends, all of their dreams rendered away to nothing. All of it unraveling. No. No. It doesn't disappear. I don't let it. I am bigger than this story, but I am also inside the story. So I gather it up and I keep it close to me, and as soon as I remove it from causation, it's like it never happened. I take the timeline and I lock it away. That's what it is. It is a locked timeline, and I am its guardian. Its first guardian. Holy crap. Oh my god. Thanks for playing. Sorry, I'm crying a little bit, sorry. This was a very emotional route for me. Oh god. Oh. And the music is back to the original menu music. Oh. Alright, we got a lot of endings there. You're going to have to befriend me. Don't believe in yourself. Believe in the me that believes in you, Dirk. Director's cut. You learned the wrong way to spell afterward. Afterward? After whatever. No quitters here. You were determined not to betray your friends. You also smashed the shit out of that fast forward button. I did not, actually. The note Desolation plays. You have a feeling it's going to be a long day. Savior of the waking world. You rescued your friends from a very long day. Oh, man. Sorry? Ugh, sorry. Yeah, I'm officially crying, okay? I'm not ashamed to admit it. Discussion of suicide. Yep. Oh man, that was a ride. So, whew. I don't even know what to say. We had our confrontation with Ultimate Dirk, which I had a feeling would happen. I need to look up who the director is. Give me a second. Alright, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, but it's Aisha U. Farah or something. Again, apologies if I pronounced that wrong. But she's done a lot of work on the Homestuck epilogues and Homestuck 2 and Pesterquest, Friendsim, and apparently Hiveswap back too, so that's gonna be cool. So good for her. So, the MSPA Reader has become the first guardian of this timeline, like the Friendsim Pesterquest timeline. And again, canon is a difficult topic in Homestuck, which is a series that regularly just completely destroys its own canon. So what is canon really in the topic of Homestuck? It's a hard thing to talk about. But I'm considering this to be basically a branched off universe from Homestuck. Like, I don't think it's irrelevant to Homestuck entirely. It's not the main storyline, but I do believe that it is an important part of the Homestuck canon, or canon near canon? Semi-canon? I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, canon is any official work put out by the people who work on Homestuck. Yeah. So as far as I'm concerned, this is canon, just not the same canon as Homestuck. If that makes any sense at all. But yeah, I would not be surprised if the director said that they're working on a sequel, so I don't know if there's going to be another game after Friendsim and Pesterquest. Like, it could end here for all I know, but that'd be a good ending. And if there's more, I'd be happy to play it too, but what I'm saying is that I wouldn't be surprised if all this tied in later to Homestuck 2. Because, like, there's been some interesting stuff going on with that. I haven't read any of the Homestuck 2 stuff since April, so I'm a few months behind, but I'm catching up. But I heard that I haven't seen it myself. I'm not a Patreon supporter because I don't have a lot of money, really. But apparently there's Problem Sleuth stuff tying into Homestuck 2 now, so that's interesting. So it wouldn't surprise me if all the Pesterquest stuff tied into that eventually as well. And I think I'm repeating myself at this point, but yeah. Anyway, I really enjoyed this. It was fun seeing the characters in, I don't know, less life-threatening situations. Just hang out with them, getting a bit more insight into them from an outside perspective, which is always nice. I've always been a fan of, like, outsider point of view kind of things. Seeing characters from a viewpoint that you wouldn't normally get just in the main storyline itself. It's just something that's always been interesting to me. Anyway, I've been rambling long enough, I'm sorry, so I really enjoyed Pesterquest. It was a lot of fun. I'm excited to see what else happens in this universe if it continues, and if it doesn't continue, that's fine too. This was a good ending. Like I said, it made me cry, and I've said this before in other Let's Plays, but if a story can make me cry, then it is a good story because it made me feel strong emotions. So, yes, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Now, the next game I'm going to play on this channel will be an old RPG, The Legend of Dragoon. I played it a bit when I was younger, but I never finished it, so I'm gonna take this opportunity to actually try and finish it. It's really fun. If you like RPGs and you like watching me make a mess of myself, then you're probably going to enjoy it too. So, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!